Hello everyone, I am Anisha. So today in this video we are going to study about urban livelihoods. See, in our previous video we have know about the rural livelihoods, isn't it? How they used to earn money, what kind of problem they used to face, and we also have learned about the landless farmers, landless laborers, and one who holds a small acre of land, and also we have talked about the big farmers. So here in this chapter we are going to talk about the urban livelihoods, means how life are in the city. Okay, so here in this picture also you can see, isn't it, this is a busy city life. You can see here this person is selling clothes, working and selling clothes. He is going to buy. Here he is selling something to eat, isn't it? Here also there are so many things. There are cars, isn't it? There are vehicles over here, and there are big buildings, isn't it? Tall buildings. But in case of village we didn't see any such thing, isn't it? So this is only in urban areas, that is in cities. Okay, so see, there are more than 5,000 towns and 27 big cities in India. See, more than 5,000 towns are there. Okay, big towns are there, and big cities like Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata have more than a millions people living and working here. And why millions of people are coming and working here? Why millions of people are living here? Because from village also, okay, from rural areas also, so many people used to migrate to city in search of good work. Because in village area, what we have seen, all season they don't get works, isn't it? There are certain seasons where they do not get work, and this is related with the farming sector as well as with the non-farming sector. And because of that they used to face lots of hardship. So thinking that the life would be better in cities, they used to migrate in cities and they used to work. And here how they used to work, what kind of works they are going to do, we are going to see here in this chapter. Okay, and there is a saying that they say that the city never sleeps. And let's visit one and find out about the work people do in the city, and are they employed by someone or they are self-employed. So these are some of the things we are going to find out through this chapter. And how do they organize themselves, and do they have similar employment and earning opportunities? So whether they have a similar employment opportunities and earning opportunities, or it will be based on, see, it is already always based on their skills one possesses, isn't it? Skills and money also it is required. So if you want to do any business, then money and skill together will provide you with a very good business, with a very good profit. But in case if you are very poor, then you will end up being a hawkers, isn't it, or a vendor sellers. So here let us see in this chapter. So working in the street. So first we are going to see about how life is there in the street, with the work life in the street, as we have seen in this picture also. Okay, so this is the city where my cousin lives, and I have been here only a few times. It is a very big. Once when I came here, my cousin took me around. We left the house early in the morning. So one morning, this is a person, okay, a boy is narrating about the city, about the city where his cousin is living. Okay, and he and his cousin, they went out in the market since morning. Okay, since morning they went out in a market, okay, in the street, and there they already find that the street is already very busy early in the morning itself. Okay, and as we turned the corner onto the main street, we saw that it was already buzzing with activities, and the vegetable vendors was busy arranging tomatoes, carrots, cucumbers in the baskets at her stall, so that people could see what they want, isn't it, what they had to sell. And means the activity was already started. Okay, early in the morning in the city also the activity already started, and here a vegetable vendor started organizing her things. Next to her stall was a lovely colorful one that sold all kinds of flowers. So next to her stall, next to that vegetable vendor, they saw a very colorful shop with full of flowers. And we bought a red rose and a yellow rose. So both of them, they bought one rose, two roses, color red and yellow. So on the pavement opposite, we saw a person selling newspaper with a small crowd of people around him. And also they saw people, one people selling newspapers. See, here he is describing about the activities that is going on in the street. Okay, there is nothing such as to explain in very detail. So I'll just read it out. Everyone wanted to read the news. Buses whistled past and there were auto rickshaws filled with school children. See, as it was morning, so everyone were there busy with their activities, okay, especially the one who want to get to office, they are busy, isn't it? They are going, they are traveling, and there are so many school children, school going children, which an auto rickshaw is carrying them, okay. And nearby a tree, a cobbler sat taking his tools and materials out of small tin box. Next to him, the roadside barber and began his work. He already had a customer who wanted an early morning shave. So a little way down the road, a woman was pushing along a cart with all kinds of plastic bottles, boxes, hairpins, clips. See, we usually see whenever you used to go to market, these activities, these are the things, these are that street shop, you can say, okay, street shop, which we saw, which we also usually see, isn't it? Next time when you go out with your parents, you do observe, okay, you do observe them. And this is what this kid is explaining over here, okay. Another person on a cycle trolley was carrying again vegetable to sell to the people in their houses. See, from house to house also they were selling vegetables. We often see, isn't it, it used to come nearby our houses also. And we came to a place where rickshaws were standing in a row waiting for customers, and we decided to take one to the market, so which was about 2 kilometers down the road. Again they came to a rickshaw stand, okay, rickshaw stand, and they decided to go to the main market, which was again 2 kilometers towards the road, down the road. And here is a story about these rickshaw driver, okay, who have come from a village, okay, for a better livelihood. So let us see his story and we'll understand a little bit, okay, why people used to migrate from rural areas and what are the problems again they face after coming over here. So this is a story of Bachchu Manjhi, okay, a cycle rickshaw puller. I came from a village in Bihar where I worked as a mason. My wife and 3 children live in the village. We don't own land. See, they are landless farmers, you can see, okay, landless laborers or landless laborers, yes. And in the village, I did not get any mansoori work regularly. The income that I earned was not enough for our family. And after I reached this city, I bought an old cycle rickshaw and paid for it in installment, and this was very many years ago. So as he was not having any regular income and he was not getting work very regularly in his village, he decided to come to the city, and that was many years back, okay. And after reaching here, he bought one old cycle rickshaw, okay, and that also he paid in installment, means every month he will be paying, okay, like EMIs, okay. And I came to the bus stop every morning and take the customers wherever they want to go, and I worked till 8:30 in the evening. So every morning he will be coming and he works until 8:30 evening. And I take rides of up to 6 kilometers in the surrounding area. Each customer gives me 10 to 30 per trips depending on their distance. See, this is what we also do, isn't it? And when I am ill, I cannot do this work. See, this is one disadvantage here. When he is ill, he will not be able to work. Why? Because it needs energy to pull a rickshaw, isn't it? So whenever he is ill, he will not able to work, and that means he will not gain any money. He will not earn any money. So on those days, I don't earn anything. See, I stay with my friends in a rented room. They work in a nearby factory. I earn between 200 to 300 every day, out of which I spend 100 to 150 on food and rent. See, out of 2 to 300 every day, he is spending 100 to 150 on food. More than half he is spending already, isn't it? And the rest I save for my family. I visit my village 2 to 3 times a year to see my family. Though my family survives on the money I send, my wife also earned from agricultural work. She gets once in a while. See, why once in a while? Because throughout the year, throughout the season, they don't get any agricultural work if you are a landless farmers, isn't it? Landless laborers. Because as we have seen in our previous chapter in the village livelihood, there is a season, proper season, isn't it? From which these harvesting, weeding, and plantation, weeding, harvesting, this takes place usually from June, July, from the monsoon season. So they don't get work all throughout the year. That is why he's mentioning that his wife, she also gets work once in a while. So besides the money which he is sending them, she is also earning a little bit. So this was the story of a rickshaw puller, okay, who have migrated in the city. For what purpose? To find a better life, and to find not only to find a better life, but to earn a better living, okay, to earn better money. So like Bachchu, okay, like Bachchu Manjhi, a large number of people in the city work on the streets. Just like him, there are so many people from the villages, from the rural areas who came, okay, and settled over there and are working. in the streets. In a survey of Ahmedabad city, it was found that 12% of all the workers in the city were people working on the street. So in a survey, it was found that about 12%, okay, of the workers who are working, workers in the cities were people working on the street alone. Okay, only in the street alone, 12% people were working. They sometimes sell things or repair them or provide a service. So no, they're not only like will be pulling rickshaw. There are several other works also, isn't it? Like we have seen the vegetable vendors, isn't it? Like the one who will be selling clothes in the street in a thela, isn't it? And the one will be selling this flowers also, you can see, and one they will be particular thela only selling plastic items. So there are like that. Okay, they work on their own. See, these people, they work on their own. They are not employed by anyone. Okay, they are not employed by anyone, and therefore have to organize their own work. They have to plan how much to purchase, as well as where and how to set up their shop. And this shop, it is temporary. Okay, see, just like this, you can see here thela, isn't it? They will be setting up things over here, and they live in rooms, see, like this. In such condition they are living, and they are earning, isn't it? Because they are very poor, and they have to organize every day, and they have to purchase things according to how much amount they are going to sell. And the shops are usually temporary structured. Sometimes just put boards or papers spread over discarded books, or maybe a canvas seat hung up to a few poles. So these are all temporary shops which they have. Okay, in the road, along the roadsides also we usually find, isn't it? And they have to take out, they have to move whenever any kind of restrictions again came, isn't it? When police used to come and they used to shoot them, isn't it? Then again they will be packing up everything and they'll be rushing. So that type of problem they have faced. Okay, and they may also use their own carts, or simply a plastic sheet spreads on the pavement, or sometimes they have their own carts, these thela, isn't it? But otherwise they will simply spread one plastic, and they will just sit in the road, and they will start organizing their things. So this is usually we show in the street market, isn't it? And they can be asked to dismantle, say, their shop at any time by the police. This is, say, this, they have to face this also. Okay, and they have no security. There are certain parts of the city where these hawkers are not allowed to enter, and there are certain parts also in the city where such hawkers are not allowed to enter. And vendors sell things that are often prepared at home by their families, who purchase, clean, short, and make them ready to eat. Especially those snacks, thelas, and all, they used to prepare everything from their home. They used to do bring a ready-made things, and instantly they will be like making it, and they'll be giving you. For example, those who sell foods or snacks on the street prepare most of these at home. They'll be preparing majority of the thing at home, and now when anyone comes to buy, they will be simply like heating up or doing some garnishing, and they'll be giving you, isn't it? Like for example, in the stall of Golgappa, he used to make all the Golgappa at home. He used to make all the waters of that Golgappa at home, and he used to bring, isn't it? Whenever you ask, he'll be simply giving these Golgappa dipped into this water, isn't it? Dipped in the water. And there are almost 1 crore street vendors in the country working in urban areas. See, there are almost 1 crore street vendors, okay, who are working in the urban areas. And street vending was still recently looked up only as an obstruction to traffic and to people working. See, because of these street vending, they used to block the roads also, because the road usually becomes smaller, isn't it? Whenever they used to keep their thelas, or when they are just sitting besides the road, isn't it? It makes the road smaller. So that is why they are being seen as an obstruction to the traffic and to the people working. However, with the effort of many organizations, it is now recognized as a general benefit and as a right of people to earn their livelihood. But recently, okay, it is also been understood that more than 1 crore people are there, and they are working for the livelihood. So this now they are also been recognized, okay, and rights are been their rights are also been recognized, and they started benefiting them. The government is thinking about modifying the law that banned street vendors, so that they have a place to work, and there they also free flow of traffic and people. And the government is also trying to modify the rules, okay, by like making them a proper area where they could set up their vendors. Okay, that could reduce the traffic area, isn't it, and reduce the and widen up the place, as widen up the roads. If they have a proper area, proper place, then every day they will be going there, isn't it? They will not go into the road, in the middle of the road, and just simply start their vendor. Hawking zones have been suggested for towns and cities, and it has also been suggested that mobile vendors should be allowed to move around freely. Mobile vendors means one who will be moving around, movable shop. Okay, and like in Thela, they used to go and they used to just move. Okay, that is the mobile vendors. And hawkers need to be part of committees that are set up to take these and other decisions relating to them. And whenever such decisions are being taken, these hawkers, these vendors, okay, they also need to take part in the committee, okay, that have been set up for them to, like, in relation of this decision making, like in which area they are going to set up their market or their vendor, okay, in which they are going to see, okay, and which area they are allowed to go, or in which area they are not allowed to go. Okay, and now let us see about the market. Okay, that was about the street that we have seen. Now let us see about the main market. Okay, now they have went to the main market, isn't it? So let us see in the market. When we reached the market, that shop were just beginning to open. So when they reached the market, the shop were just beginning to open, but the place was already crowded because of the festival season. So as it was a festival season, lots of people used to come out, isn't it, to buy certain things. So that is why it was already crowded. There were rows and rows of shops selling sweets, toys, clothes, footwear, utensils, and electronic goods. And there was a dentist clinic also at one end. So, and they are his cousin, they have to visit to the dentist. So that is why they are coming here into this main market. And there are also rows and rows of shops, okay, selling sweets, top. And this market here, they are having this permanent shop, okay, unlike the temporary vendors in the street. My cousin had an appointment with the dentist. We went there first so that we would not miss our turn. We had to wait for a while in a room before she was called inside, and the dentist examined her and asked her to come back to the following day to get a cavity in her tooth filled. So the dentist say his cousin is having a cavity, okay, so she has been advised to come. She has been given an appointment to come to in particular day and fill her cavity. See, why do we have a cavity? Because when we are eating lots of sweets and we are not taking care of our teeth without like not brushing it properly, isn't it? So we have to take care of our teeth, so that we should not visit this dentist. And this cousin was also feeling that same. Okay, my cousin was scared because he thought that the process would be painful. It is usually painful, isn't it, to fill a cavity, and was upset that she had to allow her teeth to go bad. And she was also upset that she was not taking care of her teeth properly. So from the dental clinic, she took me to a new garment showroom because I wanted to buy some ready-made clothes. And the showroom had 3 floors. Each floor had different types of clothes. We went to the 3rd floor where clothes for girls were kept. So both of them, they went to the 3rd floor where both of them were girls, so they went to a girls department, okay, girls department, as she wanted to buy some ready-made garment from the main market. So next, let us see about some business. Okay, this business about this garment business. Okay, shops which are usually permanent showrooms. You see showrooms in the markets, isn't it? So let us see a story about 2 sisters, that is Harpreet and Vandana, business person, about their business, how they have set up their business. My father and uncle worked in a small shop. During festival times and on Sundays, my mother and I helped him in the shop. I started working there only after I completed my college, Harpreet is saying. Okay, she used her father and uncle used to work in a small shop. So during festival times and Sundays, she and her mother and used to go and help them. Why? Because there used to be lots of crowd, isn't it, during Sundays and during festival times. So we opened this showroom some years ago, and I am a dress designer. So they are a dress designer. Okay, how our business had changed. These days people prefer to buy ready-made clothes rather than have them stitched. See, we also prefer to buy ready-made clothes. Why? Because instantly we'll be getting one, isn't it? If we go for stitching and all, again we have to wait after purchasing, and again we'll be worried about the size, whether it will fit us, whether it will have a perfect fit or not, isn't it? And again we have to think about the design, like what kind of design we wanted. So that is why people nowadays prefer what? Ready-made clothes. The trend these days is for ready-made garments. So you also need an attractive display for them, Vandana. So the other sisters, he is telling them. Okay. So for our showroom, we buy things from different shops. So they are going to describe about their showroom now. Okay. We buy most of the materials from Mumbai, okay, Ahmedabad, Ludhiana, and this will be Tripura, okay, Tripura. And some materials also come from Noida, Gurgaon town, and towns in Delhi. We get some dress items from foreign countries also. And there are several things we need to do to run the showroom properly. So this is going to describe now, okay, what the other things they used to do. See, they have to buy the materials also from different places, isn't it? So in order to make their shop attractive so that people will come and buy. See, if when we usually go to buy in the market, we usually go to the shop which attracts us, isn't it? So in order to attract customers also, they have to do all these things. So we advertise in various newspaper, cinema theaters, television and radio channels. Currently this building is rented, but soon we plan to buy it. So the building which they are having their showroom is a rented one, but again they are planning to buy it very soon. And ever since this market have become the main market, see, now they are on the main market, isn't it? For people living in the surrounding apartment or business has grown, and we have been able to buy a car and book a flat in an apartment complex nearby. So because of the business they are doing well. That means they are doing well, isn't it, in their business, because of which they are earning a good amount of profit, because of which they are even thinking to buy the shop which is been rented by them, and they have already bought one car and a flat and an apartment in a complex nearby. So like Harpreet and Vandana, okay, just like them, okay, there are many people who own shops in the various market in this city. So this shop may be small or large, they may sell different things. Most business person manage their own shop or business. See, they also manage their own shop or business, and they are not employed by anyone, okay, they are self-employed, because they are the one who are going to manage everything, isn't it? So they are not employed by anyone, and but they do employ a number of other workers. See, they are usually other workers, isn't it, which used to assist a customer. So they used to employ them as a supervisor and helpers. These are permanent shops that are given a license. See, unlike the vendors which they have to dismantle whenever police, you will be asking them. This is a permanent shop, okay, they are not going to dismantle because they own a license to do the business by the municipal corporation. Remember anything when you see this municipal corporation? In the rural administration we have studied about this municipal corporation, isn't it? So here also the role of municipal corporation is there, because the license to them is being provided by the municipal corporation. And the municipal corporation also decides on which day of the week the market has to remain closed. They also took decision about, see, in every market there are certain days, like in some places Monday will be off, in some Wednesday will be off, in some Friday will be off, isn't it? So one day is there off. So for example, the shops in the above market are closed on Wednesday. So every Wednesday they will close their shop. And this market also has a small office and a shop that provides service such as banks, courier service and others. So in this main market, okay, there are other small offices such as other shops such as banks, okay, small banks are there, and courier service are also there. So that was about the market area. So next we are going to see about the factory workshop area, okay, factory workshop area, how the employments are working there, okay, and how what are the money they are earning out of it, okay. And after that we will be seeing about the office area, okay, and we are going to examine about their works. So in the factory workshop area, I wanted to have a jari work done on one of my dresses which I needed for a special occasion. So my cousin said that she knew Nirmala who works in a garment factory. So the other girl who have come to visit the city, she wanted to do a jari work, some design work in her one of her dress, okay. So her cousin is saying that, okay, she knew one auntie, the Nirmala auntie, who is working on the garment factory. So now they are going to the garment factory. Okay, so Nirmala's neighbors do jari work and embroidery. So we caught a bus and headed towards the factory area. So again, their bus experience here, okay, it will be so crowded. The bus was really crowded. At every stop, more and more people got, and hardly anyone seems to get off. Means more and more people were coming in the bus and no one is going out. Okay, so because of which the crowd was increasing and increasing, and people were pushing others to make more space for themselves. It is happens with us also, isn't it? Whenever you used to go via public transportation. Bus. My cousin guided me to a corner so that we wouldn't get squashed. See, again they went to a corner so that they will not be squashed by the crowd. I wonder how people travel like this every day, and these people that are traveling like that every day, isn't it? So she's wondering how they are traveling like that. And as the bus entered the factory area, people started getting off. So most of them, they were coming to the factory area. Most of them might be an employee of the factory, isn't it? So we also got off soon at the crossing. What a relief that was. So when they come out of the bus, she felt very relief because there was a huge crowd, and we also feel very suffocating, isn't it, whenever we are being crowded by a huge number of people. So that was a very relief for them as well. There were a large number of people sitting on railings or in a group at the crossing. They seems to be waiting for someone. Some groups have people on the scooter standing by and talking with them. My cousin explained that this place was called Labor Chowk. See, so there are particularly some roundabout, isn't it? Chowk is a roundabout where particular chowk where all the laborers will be coming for working, isn't it? Like they will be getting their day works from there. So many of the people were coming and they were waiting. And these were daily wage laborers who work as a helpers to masons. So they dig at the construction site. Say these are daily wage labor, and they will come every day. They will gather there in the morning, and after completing their work, they will be get paid for that work of that particular day. And again on the next morning, they have to gather and they have to earn like that. Okay. And these, they usually work in the construction site, lift loads or unload things from the truck. See, here you can see in the picture, they are waiting here. Okay, some of them are going for painting, some of them are going for other works. See, at Labor Chowk, daily wages worker wait with their tools for people to come and take them for work. They are waiting for their customers, you can say, isn't it? Whom they will be called, and they'll be going and they'll be working for them. For example, whenever you want to shift from one place to another place, when you're shifting, you need labor to take your things carry, isn't it? So you'll be going to these your parents will be going to such a chowk, and they'll be finding these laborers, and they'll be calling him, and they'll be helping you lifting all the things, isn't it? Putting, unloading and loading and unloading, isn't it? So, and they are being paid, isn't it? So for that purpose they are waiting. Not only for that purpose, for other purpose also, for such work. I'm just giving us an example here. Okay, so they used to do loads and unloads. Okay, lift loads and unloads in the market, dig pipelines and telephone cables, and also build roads. There are thousands of such casual workers in the city. So they are called casual workers. They are not permanent, isn't it? Every day they will be coming and they'll be working. So that is why they are called casual workers. So here you can see Nirmala, isn't it? We entered the factory area to find it full of small workshop. There seem to be endless rows of them. In one section we saw people working in a small room or sewing machines where clothes was being stitched, and one person operate one sewing machine. So they are coming in a factory, so they sew. Okay, like see here in the picture also you can see, isn't it? Clothes that had been stitched were staked on one side of the room. So we located Nirmala in the stitching unit. She was happy to meet my cousin and promised to get the jari work done for my dress. So they were coming here to make a jari in her dress, isn't it? So Nirmala worked as a tailor. She is a tailor in an export garment unit. So the factory where she works makes summer clothes. Okay, here the factory where she is working, they are making a summer clothes. Okay, and especially for people in foreign countries like USA, UK, Germany and Netherlands. So workers like Nirmala have to work very long hours in the months from December to April. See, from December to April, particular season. Here also they are not getting work throughout the year. Okay, particular season they are getting overload work. Okay, so a normal working day begins 9 a.m. and finish only by 10 p.m. See, 13 hours, more than 13 hours they are working in a day, isn't it? So sometimes even later. She works for 6 days a week. At times, the work needs to be done urgently. She works on Sunday too. See, whenever required, again, whenever they are having heavy works, they'll be working in Sunday. And Nirmala is paid rupees 280 a day for 8 hours and 100 extra for working late. See, this is a very small amount, isn't it? By June, the work is over and the factory reduce its staff. See, again, by the June, what will happen? The factory will be, the work of the factory will be less, and they again, they reduce staff. Means the other staff which were working once, they will not earn anything again. So Nirmala will also be asked to leave. So for about 3 to 4 months in the year, there is no work for her. See, this is difficult, isn't it? Just like in the case of a village in the farming sector, isn't it? They will be no work. There used to be work in a particular season only. So here in this garment factory also, there will be a work for a particular season, and about 3 to 4 months, they don't have any work. The most workers like Nirmala are employed on what is known as casual basis, that they are required. These are employed in a casual basis. They are not permanent, isn't it? They are required to come. Let us see. They are required to come as when the employer needs them. So they will be coming whenever their need is there. Okay, and they are employed when the employer gets large order or during certain seasons. So at other times of the year, they have to find some other work. So other time of the year, they will be again looking for another works. Here they will be called only whenever works are there. Okay, when they have certain works and during certain seasons. So jobs like Nirmala are not permanent. Okay, these jobs are not permanent. If workers complain about their pay or working condition, see, their pay is very minimum, isn't it? And they are working for very long period. Because in India, it has been suggested, the government have suggested not to work more than 8 hours, isn't it? But here they are working more than 13 hours. That also they are paid very less amount. So they are, again, when they complain about it, what will happen? Again, they will be asked to leave. So there is no job security and protection if there is ill treatment, and there is ill treatment. There is no security, there is no protection, but in case there is ill treatment. Why? Because it has been exploited, isn't it? They are being made to work for a longer period of time and they are being paid less. They are also expected to work very long hours. And for example, in the cloth mill unit, the worker works on day and night shift, with each shift lasts 12 hours. One workers work on one machine for 12 hours and then is replaced by another on the same machine for next 12 hours. See, whole day, like whole time, 24 hours they are working by shifting. And say 12 hours working means it's a very like, you cannot work, isn't it, continuously sitting and working for 12 hours, that also with a very small amount of payment. So in a way, they have been exploited also, isn't it? So here is an example of like a call center. Okay, next we are going to see about the how things are done in the office area, how works are being done in the office area. So here, working in the call center, this is a new form of employment, isn't it, in the big cities only. And a call center is a centralized office that deals with problems like questions that consumers and customers have regarding good purchase and service like banking, ticket booking, etc. And call centers are generally set up at a large room with workstation that include a computer, telephone, set of supervisor station. And India is becoming a major center not only for Indian companies but also for foreign companies. So they set up call centers here as they can get people who can speak English and will work for the lower wages. So here also see, again, they are working for lower wages because they are in need of work, isn't it? Unemployment is there in our country because of huge population. So again, they will be working, the one who can speak English, especially to deal with the foreign staff, isn't it? Foreign companies, they will be needing to speak English. So they will be hiring such people who knows how to speak English and also is ready to work for a lower wage. So this is also, you can say, a private sector, isn't it? Private sector where you don't have any security, job security. Anytime you can be kicked out of the job. So next, let's see about the office area. Here we are going to talk about the permanent job. Okay, here we are going to talk about the permanent job. So my aunt, again their aunt Shudha, works as a marketing manager. She has asked us to reach her office before 5:30 p.m. So we thought it would get late, so we took an auto rickshaw that managed to get us there in time. So last, they are going to visit this office. Okay, so her office was in an area surrounded by tall buildings, and There were hundreds of people coming out, some heading for car parks while other went towards the row of buses. So see, some heading for car parks means some of them they own their car, so they are heading outside, isn't they? Like they are going, they are doing their job and they are going back home. And some of them they have their own car, so they are going towards the car park, and some of them they will be travel by bus, so they are going towards the row of buses. So my aunt is a marketing manager in a company which manufactures biscuits. So they are coming in a company which manufactures what? Biscuits. So all of you comment down your favorite biscuits. Okay, let's see. The factory where the biscuits are made is outside the city. So it is in outside. Factories are usually located a little outside of the city, isn't it? Because it because it is polluting, isn't it? So it is usually chosen to look situated in an area which is little in the outer skirt of the city. So she supervised the work of 50 salesperson who travel to different parts. So here she is supervising to 50 salesperson. Okay, again there is a salesperson, isn't it, where they will be taking their biscuits and they will be selling, so different parts of the city. So they gets order from shopkeepers because they are going to supply it to the shops, isn't it? So for that she is managing how many persons? 50 salesperson. So they got orders from the shopkeepers and collect payments from them. She had divided the city into 6 regions and once a week she meets the salespersons of each region. So what she have done, she have divided the region into 6 regions, and once a week she will be meeting each and every one of the salesperson. So she checks their progress reports and discuss problems they faced, and she has to plan the sale in the entire city and often has to work late and travel to different places. So because of this work, okay, she is also working late because she have to manage everything, isn't it? So but here one difference is here she gets a regular salary, okay, and she is getting a good amount of salary, okay, every month, and is a permanent worker, isn't it, with the company. She can expect her job to continue for a long period of time. Being a permanent worker, she also gets other benefits such as the following. See, these are here we are going to discuss about some benefits of a permanent worker or some employee who are working under government sector, like they used to clear exams and they used to get the jobs, isn't it? And why they used to do like that? Because they are getting a permanent job which with proper job security and including some other facilities as well. So for example, here let us see, saving for old age. A part of her salary is kept in a fund with the government, like we have PF, isn't it? Means a part of our minimum amount will be every month, it will be deducted from our salary and it is been kept, and for that also they will be getting interest, okay, for that money. She will earn interest on these savings, and when she retires from the job she will get this money and she can live on that. So there is a retirement plan for them, isn't it, just like the pensions government used to give. So here every year, every month, a little amount is been deducted from our salary, and that amount, for that amount which she is saving every month, she also earns what? Interest. So that will make a huge amount of money when she will be quitting the job, isn't it? So that is the job security she is having here. And again, holidays, she gets off on Sundays and national holidays. She also gets some days as annual leave, so they will be having off as well, isn't it? They are getting off, and apart from that they have a medical facilities for her family as well. So her company pays the medical expenses up to a certain amount. There is a certain limited amount, okay, for her and her family members. She gets medical leave if she falls ill, and her salary is not cut if she take leave. See, if she fails ill, what in case of the rickshaw puller, if he fails ill, then what will happen? He will not earn any money. But here, as she is a permanent employer, she will be getting her salary whenever she is not going to office because due to some sickness. So there are many workers in the city who work in office, factories and government departments where they are employed as regular and permanent workers. So there are many workers in the cities also, you'll find, isn't it, who are permanent workers. So they attend the same office or factory regularly. Their work is clearly identified. They get a regular salary. Unlike casual workers, they will not be asked to leave if the factory does not have much work. See here, they'll be not be asking to leave, isn't it, when they don't have work. But in case of casual workers, what will happen? They will be employed only in some particular season where there are various orders, isn't it, when they have high amount of order or they have a high amount of work. Otherwise they will not employ them. So at the end of the day, we got into my aunt's car exhausted, but it had been so much fun, and I thought how interesting that so many people do many different things in the city. They have probably never meet each other, but it is their work and their ties them together and help them make up this city life. So this was about the city life of one normal day, which is been described by this little girl, isn't it? So here what we are seeing about the how life is there in the street, how life is there in the shop sector, isn't it, in the market, and how life is there in the factory, and how life is there in the office. So this is how the urban lifestyle works, isn't it? And many of you can relate it also, isn't it, because we can see these things happening every day in our day-to-day life. So you observe, okay, you observe and you learn more. So with this we have completed this chapter, and we have completed your the all chapters of this civics, okay, of this class 6 civics. So I hope you have understood and you have enjoyed my video. And before going, don't forget to subscribe my channel and like my channel, and share my channel with your friends, okay, so that and especially to share this video to the one who is preparing for a competitive exam, because it is required for them to make a basic from this, okay. This is the basic foundation, and NCERT books are being suggested, isn't it, to study whenever you are going to give any kind of exam. So thank you for watching it. So again, we'll meet you again in my next class.